What's good, everyone? You are listening to WKNC 88.1 FM HD1 Raleigh. We are a student-run, nonprofit radio station based out of North Carolina State University. I am DJ Whippopatomus, and this is Local Industry Talks, where I interview local artists from around the Mid-Atlantic region. Here with me today is the very talented Maasho. What's good with you, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Good. I'm real excited to have you in.
Thank you, sir.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the listeners out there?
Yeah, so my name is Abel Maasho. I go by Maasho. I am an Ethiopian-American music artist, and I've been making music now for about 3 years. I started at the end of my senior year in 2019 in Raleigh, North Carolina. So go Raleigh, big Carolina fan base. Absolutely love it down here.
Love it.
And
love to hear it.
I'd say I'm like a genre fluid artist that I'm just really excited to perform and do whatever it is possible that I can be in front of stages.
Yeah, I've seen you perform. You bring the energy, and your songs, your music in general is just so versatile.
Thank you.
It sounds like you've hit on like almost every type of sound, just about.
Yeah, no, that's the goal. I really like music for that kind of reason, because it's one of the most vulnerable kind of mediums of art where people can express themselves in any different kind of way. And I think the different genres of music are just like essentially different emotions, and so everybody has them. So I think it's really cool being able to like bounce through different genres and express yourself.
I love that. That's a great way to put it. So what's the story behind your name, Maasho?
So Maasho is my last name.
Word.
I'm Ethiopian American, and my last name to me is really, really important, because when I was growing up, my dad has like no other siblings that like have kids.
Right.
And so when he was growing up, his last name is actually from I believe it's from his uncle who he used to live with back in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
And he picked up that last name because that uncle started like paying for him to like go to school, and my dad would like literally like run like 12 miles talking about it like every day, like just so that he could go to school. And so he picked up their last name, and it's like really important to me, especially knowing like I'm pretty much like the only person like that's gonna be able to carry on my last name. So I kind of wanted to like do that, and like it shows like my heritage as well. So that's something that's really important.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love to hear it. Yeah, it's a cool last name.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if you realize, but Whippopatomus comes from Whippo. That's my last name.
That's dope. That's dope.
I respect the last name game.
Yeah, last name game is strong.
Yes,
you
sir.
feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me?
So how did it all start making music?
So I started in like 2019, like officially, but I had started making music, or at least like messing around, in this one class that I had at my old high school, Research Triangle High School.
Okay.
And
In Durham, right?
Yeah, in Durham.
Bet.
And I had this one teacher like my sophomore year, and he used to like teach this digital music creations class, and so I thought that was like real cool. I was like, okay, bet.
Yeah.
And I would just like go at lunch and just like watch him, and bro was supposed to be teaching us like music theory and stuff, and he probably was, but like I was mad undiagnosed ADD at the time, so like I was not listening to the stuff that he would do, but I was still like so intrigued that I would like go in at lunch and stuff.
Okay.
And,
so outside of class you'd come back.
Yeah, and he would just like cook up, like it'd be fire. He would just like cook up for like 30 minutes and make like a beautiful like arrangement, and then he ended up getting fired.
Damn.
So yeah, shout out my boy Mr. Pharaoh.
Yeah, for real.
Wherever he's at right now, I hope you hear this. Love that guy.
Sounds like my man had game.
Yeah, so he left, but then that kind of like inspired me, like just, oh wow, music is cool. And then the next teacher, shout out Mr. Wood, at Research Triangle High School. He was actually like an English teacher, but he had like he had a background in broadcasting, actually, like doing radio and stuff back in the day.
Nice.
And he basically went and like used his own money to like buy back like all of like the studio equipment and stuff that like Mr. Pharaoh had, because Pharaoh, that was all of his equipment that he was letting everybody use. So when he left, he took all of his stuff with him. And Wood went and bought all of the things that like we needed for like the class, and like continued to invest in the program. And he didn't really have any technical knowledge on like mixing or like producing or anything like that. He just had like an extensive music taste. And would like show me cool stuff like in class. He was still teaching the same class.
Wow.
That's amazing. Yeah, it was a really, really cool guy.
Need that in schools.
More
schools.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like just because I went to that charter school, like I had that opportunity, like who knows like what would have happened if I didn't end up at that school. And I ended up transferring my senior year. Which kind of like stopped me from being able to at least play around with sounds and do like that kind of thing at lunch and whatever it is, like, your
Yeah,
homies
yeah.
going and like I'm trying to make like beats and like freestyle and stuff.
Right.
But the next year, I was like in my world history class with my friend Global, and he asked me to like take him to the barbershop, and I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
So I took him to the barbershop after school, and after I took him to the barbershop, he was like, yo, could you go drop me off at this producer's house? I've been making music for a little while. And I was like, yo, like I kind of mess around with that stuff, like could I like come hang? And he was
Okay.
like, bet. And I went, and the guy's name is Cash Paradox.
Word.
And
I think I've heard his tag in some of your songs, right?
Yeah. He produced Ginger. Ginger's the first one I know off the top
Okay.
of my head. We've got
Yeah,
like
it's a banger.
yeah, we've got some other stuff that's like unreleased and things.
Okay,
too. But love
okay.
that guy. And so we went and we met Cash, and it was like his crib like out in Morrisville and stuff. And we went and I met him, and I was like, yo, this is like cool. Could I like come back tomorrow?
Right.
Like, and I started just like going back, and then like after like 2 days, I've known this kid for like 72 hours at this point.
Yeah.
Have his number in my phone. He's like, yo, you should just like hop on a song. And I was like, okay, bet.
Right.
And then started making me. That was like really when I started like, okay, this is fun.
Yeah.
And that was like probably like May of 2019.
Was that your senior year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Bet.
my senior year of high school. And then graduated, and then I went to East Carolina University.
Word.
My freshman year. And that was when I really like locked in and like figured
Okay.
out what it was that like I wanted to do, because I had like no production help, because Cash would do like production for me, as well as Nick Nash.
Okay.
And they did like production and mixing and stuff. But I kind of like, once I went to school, it was like, oh, well, I can't go to my homie's house every day
Yeah.
because it's not summer and I'm also a freshman in college. Let me figure my life out right quick.
Facts.
And
That's what it's for.
yeah, and so I kind of just dived into like vocal mixing and stuff. And like for me, like when I started making music, I
Nice.
wasn't really like a singer. So I've always like, I want to do voice acting like later on in my
Yeah?
life. Yeah,
Bet.
like, my voice
I
is
love
like
it.
mad malleable. It's like I used to do
Facts.
like impressions and stuff
Mhm.
like when I was a kid. So like when I started making music, like singing and like doing other genres and stuff for me kind of came like naturally, because I was like, oh, well, I can just make myself sound like this without having to actually do any vocal mixing. And then I can do vocal mixing, and then I was like, wait, all of my favorite
Yeah.
artists like do cool stuff like this. Like I've been
Right.
thinking too small.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just, from that point, it kind of just blew up. I was like, okay, yeah,
Right.
I really love doing this. I want to keep doing this.
That's dope, man. Yeah. I really have been enjoying your music. I've been bumping it a lot lately, preparing for the interview.
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
Yeah, you already know, man. Actually, I first discovered you at Summer in the Carolinas.
Hey.
Yeah, that was lit. That was like the first time I really got exposed to the local art scene out here. And yeah, it was a dope performance.
That was a really cool show.
Yeah.
That was like the first time that like I performed.
I was
for real.
about to ask, bro, and you were a natural out there.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
you
really
brought the
fun.
energy.
It was really fun. I'm telling you, man, you throw on some sunglasses, you can do whatever you want.
Big facts.
I'm telling you.
It's a superpower.
Easy. It is really, for real. It is.
But yeah, so you just dropped Roses and Daffodils, and that's a different vibe too.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't really know how to describe it, but like it just resonates within you. And you actually sampled Dreaming About You by the Blackbirds,
Yeah.
right?
So
That's dope.
shout out. So production, actually a little bit more of like a story into like
Yeah.
how I got into music. When I first like started making music, or not even when I was making music, I had these homies at like this charter school.
Yeah.
And one of them, his name was Travis Barker, and
Okay.
now he produces for like Sofago and stuff.
Yeah,
His-
that name sounds
yeah.
like he's gonna go far.
like, and it's funny because it's like Travis Barker, like the drummer, but this guy make the beats.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his tag
That's
is like
crazy.
Y2TMB. And then there was this other homie, his name was Chinasa, and he's the one that produced Roses and Daffodils.
Okay.
But these two, I'm talking like back in like 2016, like these were the first people I ever saw with FL Studio on their computer.
Yeah.
Like these are the first like internet producers that like
Hell
I had
yeah.
ever met in my life. And this is my freshman year of high school. And I just like remember that being like such like, it was like a very pivotal thing, because it was like, oh yeah, Travis and Chinasa make beats. They're hard. Like it's
Yeah.
different. And Chinasa, he goes by Chinese Food, and you can go on this
Okay.
man's you're able to like go on his SoundCloud, and he was like popping with like 400,000, 500,000
Yeah.
like streams.
Okay.
like, back in like 2014, 15,
Facts,
16, like,
yeah.
and they're just beats. It's like lo-fi, like
that's
lo-fi, like that's
wild.
crazy. It's like
Oh,
lo-fi, like
man.
R&B
I love to see it,
samples and
though.
stuff. And he had this one beat, and it was called You, which is the beat that I used for Roses and Daffodils.
Ah.
And that I think has been sitting like since like
Okay.
2015.
Damn.
And like from like the inception of like when I first really decided like, oh, I love music, like I was like, I want to do something on like Shanasa's beats,
Mhm.
like, because that was genuinely one of the first times I'd ever seen, like, and here I am now
Yeah.
on like my FL Studio, like using like the same plugins and things that like I saw this man use when I was like a freshman. So yeah, no, I absolutely love that guy and like the music that he makes, and I'm really excited to see like if there are any other collabs that like we can have in the future. But
Right.
that is like one of like the pillars of like me getting into music is Chanasa, and so I'm really excited that that song Roses and Daffodils is out because I made it like 2 years ago. The
Right,
beat itself
right.
is about 5 years old.
Damn.
Like,
That's wild.
so I'm like real excited that it's out now.
You got a deep vote, don't you?
Yeah. The vault goes crazy, man.
Oh, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, me too. Everybody, my manager been talking to me. Hey,
Right.
but what are we gonna do with these things? I'm like, hey man, we gotta figure it out. I guess so.
Yeah. Game. Oh, I love your shirt. I just noticed you got NC State.
Thank you. This is
That's tough.
This is
What?
one of my grails. It says I love NCSU all girls cheerleading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? And the tie dye is fire too.
Shout out Plato's Closet. That's all I gotta say.
What? You got
Simple.
that at Plato's?
Big
Damn.
thrifting man. I'm a big thrifting man.
Oh, me too. I
Yeah.
feel that.
Hey, bumps. That's bumps.
Yes, sir. You
Yes,
been to
sir.
Rumors?
Yeah.
I've been actually haven't been, but I
Mhm.
keep hearing about it. I
People,
need to
yeah,
go.
no, Rumors has a big hype. I live up in Boone right now, and
Oh,
I actually
word.
work at this thrift store called Anna Bananas that like you could stop by like if you're in Boone. It's like around like a Mellow Mushroom or something,
Okay.
and it's like literally prime time spot like in Boone, and it's like the culture there is really nice. Like
Yeah, tell me about it.
all of like the workers and stuff, like everybody's like super sweet. You can like dance and get like a 10% discount like at the register.
Hell yeah.
And
I'll
we've
be
got
in
like
there.
a vintage store and like a consignment store like in the front.
Oh, word?
Yeah, so it's
Damn.
real dope. It's real dope. And now I'm lit because like I think I get a discount like
Yeah.
on like some of the stuff. So
Facts.
there's some finds. Like before I
Oh,
started
yeah.
working there, I probably bought like a decent amount of my closet from that store.
Yeah.
So like now
Oh,
I got the
man.
discount and I'm lit, man. I'm excited.
Facts. I'm actually gonna be in Boone this weekend for In the Fest.
Fire,
Yeah.
fire. Definitely go check out Anna Bananas if you got a chance.
And yeah, you're gonna be performing at In the Fest, right?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I
no?
think not anymore.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no.
Or yeah, I'm gonna be DJing out there. I
Dude,
can't
it's
wait to
gonna
check
be
out
sick.
Boone though.
Those people are absolutely killer. Like,
Yeah.
they're some of the nicest people that I've ever met in my life.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
like the music scene and the music culture is like very welcoming. So I think you guys are gonna have a wonderful time.
Yeah.
And I definitely put out a big word. Like people are gonna know that what's going
Hell
on, what's
yeah.
up.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about Boone.
Yeah.
I haven't been yet.
Oh yeah, you gotta go out on the Parkway.
Okay.
Go check out some mountain things. You
Yeah,
gotta-
yeah, I love.
If
the
you're in
mountains,
town, you
bro.
definitely gotta go head out on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Facts.
Yeah, you a
Facts.
hiking man at all?
Oh yeah, big
Fire.
time.
Fire.
Big time. I used to live in Alaska actually, so yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's when I
dope.
really started discovering the mountains.
Mhm.
And yeah, I've appreciated it ever since. I'm definitely a mountains over beach guy.
Yeah, nah, me
'Cause
too.
I grew up near the beach. I'm from Virginia Beach,
Mhm.
and I just never really went to the beach. It just didn't have that much of an appeal to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah. I think I grew up like it's funny because like when I was a kid, I used to go up to Winston-Salem, and I had this one uncle, and he would always be like, "Yo, like let's go to the mountains, let's go to the mountains."
Yeah,
And we would
That's
always go
dope.
with him like up to like Grandfather Mountain and stuff. And now
Okay.
I live like 20 minutes away from Grandfather Mountain
Yeah.
because I live in Boone, and it's real nice.
oh hell yeah,
Always gravitated towards
full
it.
circle again.
Yeah, full circle,
Hell yeah.
full circle.
So for our listeners who haven't heard your music yet, how would you describe it to them?
I would say think of whatever it is that you want to hear performed, and that is what I want to make. I would say at this point in time, it's definitely a very big blend of like hip hop, R&B, punk.
Okay,
And
Love it.
those are all very like performable types of genres, and I
yeah,
think like
definitely.
it's like it's more centered around like the experience of the music rather than it is like
Oh,
the
yeah.
genre. I think that's the
I
best
love
way that
that.
I can explain it is come to a show if you ever get a chance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For real. Are there any notable influences to your music?
Oh, most definitely. I
Yeah.
think the ones that like I've kind of like honed in on now, just full like world building kind of characters are Childish Gambino, Tyler the Creator, and this last one has been throwing people for a loop.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
Okay. That's lit.
Jamie Foxx specifically because like within those three, like you have like Gambino who's done comedy. He's also
Yeah,
done like
very versatile.
acting. He's also done like
Yeah.
his fair share now of like directing with like Atlanta, and then you have
Mhm.
Tyler who has
He's
his
got his
side.
hand in
He's got
a
his
bunch
hand
of
in
bags.
everything, man. He's got a bag everywhere.
Genius, honestly.
And Jamie is like a guy that just like seems very fluid with the way that he's moved through all these different
Mhm.
things. Like people forget like Jamie Foxx is like a Grammy Award winning artist.
Yeah.
Like Jamie Foxx is that dude.
Did he do more than music too?
He did music. He also did like movies. That's Django.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Django.
yeah. Oh,
So think about that. Like Django is in slow jams, bro. Like Django is in slow jams. Like, and that is crazy to me.
For real. Yeah, I love those influences. How they're all doing a lot of other things besides music too.
Yeah, and they're just all incredibly unapologetic, like intentional people. And I think that's something that like I really strive to be in whatever it is that like I want to do with art in life. And I think that's something that's like really important to me. And those are three people, especially as like black men that like do their thing in like each one of their respective arts. Like that's like real inspiring. Those are people I definitely like I would want to wait before I meet them. Like I gotta make sure like I'm 10
Get
toes.
it right.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I'm 10 toes before I see them.
Okay. Yeah, that's a solid list. Yeah, your music is super versatile. Like I said, you can ride to it, you can smoke to it, you can mosh to it.
That's what I'm saying.
I love it. Yeah. Do you have any upcoming shows?
Yeah. So I think I have this show next weekend at the Trailer Park here in Raleigh.
Oh, I've heard about that spot.
The Trailer Park is like an up and coming venue. Late Notice also did a show there recently.
Okay.
And by George as well.
Yeah.
And it's a real cool venue. I've heard great things about it, so I'm really excited to go to that one.
It's literally at a trailer park, right?
Yeah, literally at a trailer park, like true to the name.
I gotta peep it,
dude. Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up for that. Yeah, do you have any upcoming projects?
So I'm currently working on releasing a couple of the singles that are gonna be coming on like a forward coming project.
All right.
There isn't a set name. There are a couple different names that will be used sparsely for different things that I can't tell. It's big picture kind of thing, but
I'm excited.
I'm really excited. I do have a song with Western Estate that I plan on dropping this summer.
Yeah.
I know people have been bugging me about that for a while. So
You already got one song with them, right?
Yeah, Fresh Air.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's a banger.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've collabed with Western Estate and also Sonny Miles. Are there any other collabs in the future?
Let me think. Anything off top right now
that you can tell us?
I'm thinking of what's in the vault. It's got quite a bit. I will say. I'm looking forward to working with some new friends that I've met out in Los Angeles.
Okay.
That I would love to put you on to. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
My friend Asha Muno, Ashaimuno. That's my boy.
Okay.
And he's like I genuinely think like this guy can be like regarded as one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Okay.
Like before he turns 30. Like I'm talking like
hell
that
yeah.
Kendrick, like
Yeah.
Drake type level type thing. Like this, and he produces everything himself, does all his own mixing, vocal mastering, like all of that, all his own writing. And he's somebody that's like really inspired me in like recent months. Just to like get better at my craft and also just like understanding my own story and my own voice and like my own identity and my own music.
Yeah.
So I definitely like got some things cooking up with Asa. Nothing really set in stone just yet, but like I'm gonna speak it into existence.
For sure.
That's one of my boys.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I would say so. Weston maybe whenever that decides to come out.
Yeah.
Greek. My friend Greek, Michael Greek. He goes by Greek. He's incredible. Also self-produced, self-written, mixed, mastered, all by himself. Very, very excited to work with him. I got some plans with him as well.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you've been out to LA. What's been going on out there with you?
So I've just made some recent trips. Most recently I went out with the Western Estate boys and did these 2 shows at the Roxy. They were back-to-back nights, both sold out. And that was real fun.
The Roxy's like a well-known venue, right?
Yeah, the Roxy is pretty well established.
That's crazy.
Like some cool cats have definitely ran through there, and like I went out there with like my bell bottoms and stuff.
I love your outfits.
Yeah, I was on my Freddie Mercury vibe. I had to that night. I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. Might as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, and we got to talk about your music videos. You got some amazing music videos.
Oh, shout out Angel Orozco, Jailhouse. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So his brand and everything he's doing with that, like Angel has been a really vital like addition to like just like our ecosystem within like me and my friends. Shout out Michael again, Greek. He was the one that like really made that connection when we first met him. They
from out here?
No, so
okay.
Angel, he's from Los Angeles.
Okay.
And he's been shooting videos and editing for I think like 3 years now, maybe
Yeah.
more than that. And he's an incredible director. He's got
Yeah.
one of the most well
can
like
see that.
educated minds on just like content, just like content in terms of like movies. Like he's seen every single movie that like you can
Yo.
possibly like name.
That's dope, and he tries to kind of incorporate
Exactly,
those
yeah.
influences in his videos.
And
Hell
so
yeah.
I'm really excited for this Roses and Daffodils video.
Yeah.
We just came back from New York. I met up with Angel up there, Angel and Julio. And so those two were such a great help because they like manhandled the entire video. They were like, okay, bet we're gonna go do this. We did it in a day and a half, a little bit less than that. And it's based off of Taxi Driver. If you know the movie Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
And that's like a heavy influence. So I'm excited to see what Angel does with it. I kind of just
Okay.
show up, do my little acting bit, do my little song, do my little performance,
Yeah.
and then give him like 2-3 weeks, and then he sends me something back like the day before. Like the I Got It video, I did not see that until
was about
hours
to talk
before
about that.
everybody did.
Yeah?
Yeah. I saw that. I saw that video probably like an hour and a half before I had to release it. I was like,
Yeah, that one is so fire.
yeah, we shot that up in Boone. Matter of
Oh,
fact,
for real?
yeah, that was
Okay, I
all in my house
wondering.
in Boone. It was such
That's
a great
dope.
song.
Yeah, I love the angles he gets
Yeah.
with that. It's insane.
We did it with this thing called a snorri cam, and it's basically like a chest like strap,
Yeah.
and it like kind of sticks out. And you stick a camera like at the end of it, and it
Mhm.
looks like it's like the point of view, or at least opposite point of view of like wherever it is that you walk. The camera will like follow all of your movements, so it's very very cool to like show like emotions and just like party
Right.
scenes and things like that.
Yeah, I've seen those. Are those heavy? Like, how does that feel to like have that on you?
It's so
Looks like a different-
weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's like think about like the heaviest backpack that like you had to wear like in high school, and then now put it on the front, and then like try and run around with it. Like that's the
Yeah.
best way that I can explain it. It's so weird because also like it's literally a stick protruding from my body. So like I also have to like keep in mind because like there's thousands of dollars worth of camera equipment sitting at the
Yeah.
end of this pole. So like I gotta make sure wherever it is that I'm going isn't like hitting anybody in the face. And multiple
Facts.
times,
Oh,
like
man.
I probably hit like the other people in the video. Shout out my friends. They're hard workers
Yeah.
because we were moving around like my little house, and like my living room isn't too big.
Right.
But it definitely was not snorri cam like certified. So I was like moving around and stuff. The camera might like clip somebody like in the chin or clip somebody in the shoulder. Whole time everybody's like, okay, yeah, do it for the video. Do it for the video.
For real though. Yeah, that's dedication.
Yeah,
Need
most
that.
definitely.
Yeah, you also got a music video for Sad Machine that I really liked.
Yeah, shout
that
out
up, Dorothy
Julio.
Dix.
Yeah, Julio and the homie Chris.
Okay.
We shot that last year around this time, probably about like a week ago last year. And we did that in Dorothea Dix and like a combination of different spots on like Hillsborough Street, and then also my friend
Yeah.
Keenan's place for the pool. But the story about the pool, so it was about 45 degrees when we shot that. So the water was cold. And so here I am, like full
Yeah.
sweatsuit because I'm
Yeah.
jumping in over and over again.
Over and over again.
You literally, but okay, you think that's the worst part? So Julio, because Julio's sitting underwater with like his encased camera, like,
Yeah.
and with like making sure that it's waterproof and everything. So he's down in the water. He has
yeah.
to stay there.
Yeah.
And so we're both getting our sides of hell because like
do you have a snorkel?
no, not even. Bro was just holding his breath. I promise you. That is one of the most athletic
weak.
people I've ever met in my life. Do not
Yeah.
sleep on Giulio Giannini.
Yeah, heard.
So we had to keep doing the shot to make sure that we got it right. So here I am, like I would jump into the pool, and this is like an 8-foot pool. And so I'm jumping into the pool, full sweatsuit, freezing cold water. Over and over and over again. It's not even the jumping in part. It's like the getting back
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Because now the sweatsuit is like sticking to my body. And like, bro, like I'm not that heavy, bro. So now at this point, my clothes weigh more than me. So I'm really fighting. Like I'm really trying to get out of there and stuff. And I finally like grab like the ledge, and
That's
I gotta
crazy.
get myself back up. And then, damn, like I gotta do that like 6 more times. And Julio will peek his head back out and be like, we need a new shot. We need a new shot. We need to do it again. And then as soon as the entire thing was done, we had already had like a hot shower going, and like the two of us just like running there, and like I'm still fully clothed like in the sweatsuit, and it's the two of us just like standing in the shower, and G's standing there like in his swim trunks, bro, like
Yeah.
It was a great time. There's a story for every music video. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the attention to detail your
Yeah.
man's got though. Dedication again.
Hell yeah.
So when you're making a song, do you pick the beat first, then write the lyrics, or do you write the lyrics then the beat, or both?
I think it's turned into more of like a fluid process of just like understanding that if I'm going to be a creative individual, that I just have to allow like creativity to come out of me at any point in time, regardless of like what the medium is.
Yeah.
So like when I'm like making songs, a song might be written or it might be produced, or like the final product, it might take it like a couple months, but it might be like a combination of like, okay, here today I wrote down this and this worked for this beat, but then I didn't like that, but I still felt that feeling and I wanted to continue on it. So I take it and I move it to something else.
Okay.
Or I take that and I move that to something else. And then now this sounds better with this, or this sounds better with that. And I think some of like the most intimate songs and things that I have are ones that have like had their time to like sit and wait, and like they've been in different like parts or like drafts. Because like for me, it's kind of like seeing how everything kind of comes together as like a symbiosis. But there's also those times where it's like, I'm really, really feeling this beat tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to like just run through this entire song, and I'm going to be up till 6 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm going to wake up the next day and I'm going to hate it, and I'm not going to want to listen to it for another 2-3 days. But then after those 2-3 days go by, then I'm listening to it every day, and I'm asking my homies, yo, how do I make this better? This was tight. I really like that feeling. And it's like a very, very like hard question to answer, I would say, because it's like it's kind of all over the place. But I would say like it comes down really to like whatever the emotion is, and like feeling that catharsis of like, okay, here, I'm going to keep on working on something until either I cannot make it better or it says everything that it says that I want to say. And I think that's like the process, the best way that like I can explain that. And I think like understanding that like if my art is going to be an extension of myself, then I'm not finishing everything. I'm not fixing every single piece of myself. I'm not explaining or understanding every single piece of myself every single day. Like it's a lot harder than that.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's very, very reminiscent, like with the music and the workflows and the work processes and things like that.
That's amazing, bro. That's a complex process, honestly.
Yeah, it is very.
I love to hear about it.
Thank
though.
you.
That's crazy. We're gonna take a quick break to play y'all "Sad Machine" by Maasho. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. And we are back again. I am DJ Whippopatomus, and I am here with
Maasho was good, y'all.
Yes, sir. So now we talked about your performances a little bit. Just want to get into a little bit more. Are there any rituals you perform before a show?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
I think at this point, so I used to run track when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And middle school. It was a very that was the big predominant thing that I was kind of hyper fixated on. For me, it's kind of similar. I don't really get nervous before shows. I get really excited. For me, if I'm about to walk out there and I feel like a lot of the time it could be oh, what if people out there don't know my lyrics, or if they don't know me, or they don't know my music?
Right.
For me, I'm lit. Oh, you don't know my music? This is the best first impression that I can possibly give you.
Exactly.
I hope you don't know my music.
Yeah.
I'm about to make a fan. Come on, bro. And I think one thing that I kind of just chill out. For me, it's a breath of air in,
Yeah.
and I'm there. But when I used to run it, I used to listen to classical music
Okay.
very, very often.
Yeah.
And so I found myself doing that every now and then. Just if I'm on a flight, or I know that okay, I'm gonna have a performance or something coming up, but in the moment, right before, I'm pretty amped.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty amped.
No doubt.
I'm always really excited to do these kinds of things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I want to kind of get to know the person behind the artist too. So you said you're from Raleigh. Do you have roots anywhere else?
So I was born and raised in Boston for about, I believe, 7 years.
Okay.
7 years. And then I moved down here when Wake County was the #1 school district in the country, because
Oh,
my
wow.
parents were
Yeah.
let's go send our kids to the
Right.
#1 school district in the country. We want a good education.
That's tough.
And so we came down here to Cary, and I grew up mainly between Cary and Raleigh. And one of my predominant memories and notable things is my family, our money kind of comes from this little bodega
Yeah.
that my dad runs.
Okay.
And that's out in the hood essentially of
Yeah.
Raleigh on the other side, next to St. Aug. And
Oh, yeah.
I love that area because I've been going there
Yeah.
growing up, going to my dad's store.
Stomping grounds.
Exactly. I've been playing basketball over there and stuff
Hell yeah.
since I was a little kid and stuff. And it's real funny because I have a lot of very good memories. I remember one time when I was a kid, I went to the store and my dad was hey, you should go meet Terry. And I'm who are you
Okay.
talking about? Who is Terry? Whole time there's this 6'5" guy with dreads and a python around his neck, a literal python.
Yeah.
And I wasn't afraid of snakes, so my mom is hiding behind the counter, she's giddy, she's mad at my dad, you let him in the store with a snake, what are you doing, so my mom's is hot.
That's lit, though.
So I'm okay, bet. So I walk over and I'm hey Terry, how you doing? My dad said that I should come up and say what's up. I'm a little impressionable kid. I'm gonna listen to what my dad says.
Right.
And he's oh, my bad, yo. I think you got it mixed up. The snake's name is Terry. My name is DJ. I was you're lying. You're lying. Ain't no way. I was Dad, he said the snake's name is Terry. My dad was I don't know what he said. I heard Terry. I said, that's the man. And I was weak, bro. That is a very
I'm weak.
that is a very core memory to
That's
this day.
dope.
Yeah. And so I used to grow up around there. I'd just be breaking boxes, restocking shelves and stuff for my
okay.
dad. And yeah, and I used to run a whole bunch when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Track and field was a very, very big part of my life until pretty much I decided at the end of high school, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like
Right.
being quantified by numbers, because with track and field, there's no intangibles versus
Yeah.
other sports. You can be a good team player, you can be good at certain things in a basketball or a football that cannot be measured by a certain statistic.
Right.
In track and field, you are either fast or you are not.
Yeah.
And I was I'm tired of living like that. And it's always been something that's dear to my heart. And recently I've been getting back into running and doing my thing with that. Because
Okay.
I did a bunch of different things in track and field as well.
Yeah.
I went everything from the 200 to the 5K.
Damn.
And
Yeah, you were out there.
I had fun with it too.
Yeah.
It was always
That's
a good
what's up.
time. So now I'm getting back into running, refining the love for it and stuff, because that kind of really messed it up with the possibility of oh, do I want to do this in college for a little money, or what is it that I want to do with my life kind of thing. But I used to, in terms of music and stuff, it's actually real funny. the first album that I listened to was 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Okay.
And that was like a real turning point for me in my life where I was like,
Yeah.
oh, music is cool. Like, I want to listen to this. And like, that's so funny as like a Carolina boy myself. Like I claim North Carolina over Boston because like I've lived here more of my life.
I feel that.
But like I also got to shout out the Boston Celtics. I love the Hornets. I love basketball.
Okay, I was gonna ask. Yeah, but your sports. What other sports teams do you follow?
So the Celtics. I'm a big fan of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is just cool. Also Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like I love the Bucks. Greek is a huge Bucks fan. That man.
Oh, word.
Yeah, my friend. He's a huge Bucks fan. He loves Giannis like way more than I do. But yeah. In terms of like, I was rooting for Carolina the other night. Versus Kansas
City. Yeah, the championship.
That was a tough loss.
Yeah,
just for the state you got to.
Crazy game.
Yeah, that was an incredible game. I was there when we beat Duke. When they beat Duke. I was on Franklin Street. That was a good time.
Yeah, you were out there.
Yeah, that was a great time. I got it on my Snapchat story and everything, man.
Facts.
That was the first and only time that I've ever rushed Franklin, but it was probably the best time.
Yeah. It's deep out there too.
Oh, it was deep, man. It was deep. Like it was deep and sweaty like a sauna.
Oh, you mean like last week when they beat Duke, right?
Yeah. It was. It was deep. Oh my God.
That's amazing. Yeah, my wife actually goes to UNC, so we got a little rivalry going.
I feel you. I'm kind of split all over the place. ECU my freshman year.
Yeah.
I've got good ties to people at Duke, like the basketball team. Marco Luca. He used to be friends with those guys.
Oh, that's tough.
UNC just for the hometown.
Right.
State, I went here for my sophomore year. And I've just like grew up in Raleigh, like for the most part.
Right.
And then now I'm at App.
I
live.
I know you're at App.
Yeah, I live
Nice.
5 minutes down the road from Appalachian State. So
that's dope.
That's a great time as well.
What are you studying at App?
So right now I'm not in school, but I've been thinking about going back and doing like some things in like IT and like computer science and stuff. When I was at school, so I took a gap year off this most recent year.
Yeah.
I'm actually at App now, literally just so I can like focus on music and like I moved up there at the end of December.
Okay.
So when I moved up there at the end of December, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be here specifically because I want to enjoy the summer months. Like the summer on the mountain is real cool.
Yeah, for real.
And also there's a great music culture, and I was like, well, I'm taking time off of school right now, kind of to like get my head straight, figure out what it is that I want to do, because like education is incredibly important to me, but like I just realized for my own mental health, I was like, I gotta take a step back.
Honestly.
Because for one, like I cannot do these online classes. Like that is gonna make me hate it. And I know that at one point in time I do want to definitely get my degree, or at least like continue to like enrich myself in the things that it is that I want to do. But right now I gotta take a step back. So I was like, I'm gonna move to Boone. I'm gonna go spend my time up on the mountain because I know that my life is getting crazy right now. And I was like, I have to move with like the solidarity and like the confidence that this is going to work out. But if I know that this is going to work out, then I want to be a step ahead of it. I want to make sure that I got my mental on straight and that like I have my life together, and that I can treat myself like a proper adult and like love myself correctly, so that when everything comes to me, that like I'll be fine. And so I was really, really excited about communications and sociology and psychology when I was at ECU my freshman year. And I continued with that. I met a really cool professor here, actually, at NC State.
Okay.
Shout out Gary Beckman. Gary,
yo, that's my guy. I'm in the arts entrepreneurship program.
Yeah, I love that guy.
I'm about to interview him next week, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because he's got mad game.
Wait, when are you interviewing him? I will pull up.
Yo, next Tuesday.
Oh, my God. Yeah, okay. I'm going to let you know if I'm around. I might have to pull up on Gary and surprise him.
Bro, you just name dropped Gary.
I love Gary, man.
He's been brought up in so many different interviews, too. It's crazy how many
Gary
people he's touched.
is the key. I'm telling you, Gary is the key.
Yes, he's the guru.
Like Gary single-handedly, like kind of. And I hate to say this, but like Gary is by far the reason why I was like, yo, I got enough confidence in myself to be like, I don't want to be in school for a year.
Yeah.
And I emailed him a couple months ago, man, and I was like, yo, we need to hop on a Zoom call. Like I got some cool stuff to tell you. I need some help with some things. I have yet to hop on that Zoom call. I've just been everywhere.
That's amazing.
So I love that, man. Gary, like I remember because I hopped in his class and like I was doing part-time last year spring semester. I was doing part-time and I knew that I wasn't going to be in school for like after that semester. And I was like, okay, here, let me be in part-time, keep working towards some credits right now while I make some money. And my arts entrepreneurship class was the one class that I was excited for,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, bet.
Feel
So
that.
I joined that, and I distinctly remember it was like, here's this guy, like older white guy with
Mhm.
long white hair
Mm-hmm.
and black glasses. His hair is back in a ponytail.
Yes.
He's like sitting in like, I'm pretty
Where's
sure
the vest?
yeah, like a dope vest.
Yeah.
And I see like amps behind him and like
Mhm.
guitars. He's got like 4 or 5 guitars. And I'm like, I can only name 2 of those guitars.
Yeah.
I'm like, he knows something. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, he literally looked like have you ever seen Phineas and Ferb?
Oh, yeah.
You remember Love Handle? Like the band?
I don't think so.
Love Handle
I'll
has
check
this
it out.
one guy that looks, and I'm pretty sure he's the guitarist or he's like the bassist as well. And it's so crazy because Gary looks just like him, and he just has like the Gary's has like the craziest aura. Like I can just tell he's just like a wisdom-filled man. Like I will speak his praises till I'm gone.
Oh,
for
yeah.
real.
Same.
That is such a cool dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep a pen pal relationship with him after.
real talk.
He's got mad game. Yeah, he's a metal guy. He used to be in his
Mhm.
own band, toured around the nation.
He's done it all.
He's got a lot to talk about. So how has the music scene in the Triangle been like for you? Or just in Carolina since you're in Boone now too?
So I really, really like it here. I think that the state as a whole is not getting enough credit for what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be really funny in like 2-3 years when people are like, oh wow, like I wish I was hip to say that. Like I was on everything that was going on.
Right? That's what I'm saying, man.
But yeah, I remember love my guys, like my home team guys.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Free, Kevin Powers, Zach Kokis, Les the Genius, Marco Luca,
Yeah,
Western
yeah.
State.
All the right names.
YSB Trill, YSB
Mhm.
Eli.
Okay.
Shout out my boy Jay Bird, like all of the homies, Jet Rogers, like
yeah.
Cole Sipe.
I'm
like,
DJing for Jet Rogers.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, that's my boy for real.
Okay.
Nah, dab him up and be like, tell him Abe sent you. Tell him
Facts.
Abe sent
I got
you.
you.
You're gonna get the certification. I promise you that.
Let's go.
That's my guy for real. That's my guy. But yeah, no, the scene is like really, really good, and I think like now I'm starting to see like people are trying to make the crossroads and understanding like we got culture, we have something that's going on. Like let's actually like
Culture's
act on it.
here.
And I think like that's really, really, really important if we want anything to happen and like we want to be seen like on a global scale. Like, because I think like just the ability of the state to be so like multifaceted, like already, like talking about me, like the rest of my friends do it too. Like,
Yeah.
it's so crazy and it's so fun. And yeah, I think there's a lot of promise like out of this state. Like the culture here is like very, very strong and very warm. And I think like also having like 3 major like schools, like universities around you to be able to like capitalize on and just like be able to go do shows and have people that are your age. I think that's something that right now is like really, really being seen with like a new come up of people, especially like going through COVID and stuff and people wanting to be outside and like go enjoy live music. Like TikTok killed live music. Love TikTok. You can get famous on TikTok, but TikTok killed live music because everything then just got pointed because, okay, now we can't go to shows. Like, okay, well, now all of your content of seeing somebody do something live is going to be through a phone.
That's
How are you going to do that? You're going to go on TikTok. But now, like, all the people that actually do this and, like, the people that want to go perform and do their thing, like, I think now is, like, the best time because you have a state full of people that just want to go perform, that make all different kinds of music that can like scratch that itch in any kind of way that it is that you want. And I think that's like really, really beautiful. And I think like also with the fact that like now everything is kind of getting pivoted back towards like live music, like I'm excited because like when I went into like when COVID started and like I like came home and stuff, it was like I did not know that was my strong suit. I did not know that I enjoyed being on stage as much as I do now. But now it's like, I love that. Dope. I don't want to stop doing that. Yeah. That's going to keep going. And I think there's a lot of people with that same similar mindset around me. And like knowing that they're like all from like the same area code or at least 1 or 2 away, like that's fire. And I'm real excited for it.
There's a whole lot of momentum out here.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, like I keep thinking that I know a lot of artists out here, then I find a ton more. Yeah. And it's overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah. Everybody's in their little cliques.
Yeah,
but the cliques are now finding each other.
Yeah. People are starting to come together, work together more. Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 like kind of like bigger groups out here. Yeah, I see them moving. They see each other moving too, so it's dope. Whole lot of energy out here.
Whole lot of energy.
It's great. Can you describe your sense of fashion for us? question I like to ask everybody.
Oh, that's fire. I definitely say like I'm on like like skater skater smoker kind of vibe.
Love it.
But like I'm a kind of guy where like I drip up, I drip down. Like my casual fits are usually just like some like workers pants and like a t-shirt, like a graphic tee. But like I'm not afraid to go throw on a dress or like throw on like a nice fit. I just did this show up in Boone. It was Boone Prom, like Euphoria Prom, which worked out perfectly because like, all the promo I was doing for I Got It was very Euphoria themed the week before.
Oh, that's dope.
And I went and I dripped out. I was wearing a bright pink dress with like, it was like an 80s ballroom gown. And I was wearing an all white, my Jordan Pure Money 4s. Like I was dripped. I had my little jerk on stage too. Like I'm all over the place when it comes to stuff, man. I definitely say like what I aspire to be is like a Dennis Rodman type of character in terms of what it is that I wear.
Love that.
So that's the best comparison that I can give you right now. I just got to get my money up so that my closet matches it.
Feel you. I feel you. Are you a cat person, dog person, or do you prefer another pet completely?
Ooh, so when I was growing up, like I never had any animals in my crib, and that's just like my parents like living in like rural like East Africa, so like they got legitimate like fears. My dad has always loved animals, but like my mom was like, yeah, nah, we're not gonna get a dog or a cat. And now as I grow older, I understand that was probably for cost reasons, not even because my mom was scared.
It's not cheap.
But I definitely rock with cats. There's a cat in my house. It's my roommate's cat. Her name is Aspen.
Shout out Aspen.
Shout out Aspen. Aspen is the best. Aspen is the best. And my room is real dope too. I've got like these big greenhouse windows, and so the cat will come in and like sit on my fridge and just sunbathe in my room. So like I've gotten pretty accustomed to the cat, but like
that's dope.
I think I'm probably like a dog kind of guy. I want to get myself a little French pit bull.
Okay. Yeah, I love those guys or girls.
Nah, those little dudes, man. Those little dudes. They're awesome. I definitely want to go get myself an animal once I'm like financially stable enough to be like I can care for you as well.
Honestly, like dogs are like children.
Yeah, nah, real talk, real talk.
Especially if you get them as puppies.
That's a long-term investment.
Yeah. I have a dog and a cat.
Ooh.
They're best friends. They go hard. Icy is the cat. We got him in Alaska. He's got this white fur, icy blue eyes. And then Rico, she's a German Shepherd boxer mix, so she's a lot bigger.
Rico?
Yeah.
That's a hard duo, yo. That's a dynamic duo for real.
They really are, man. They go crazy.
That's sick.
The cat's head will be inside the dog's mouth. Like when they play hard. But
that's
like,
good for them.
They got boundaries to a certain extent.
they got it down. They got it down. I'm glad to hear it, yo.
No, it's so much fun. Ask you one more question before we start closing things out. How many hours of sleep do you usually get a night?
How many hours of sleep do I get a night? Let's see. I be sleeping. I'm like low key nocturnal.
Yeah.
But my sleep schedule now is so weird. It's like it's so weird. Like I'll be out for like 4 hours like at night, and then like randomly take a not randomly, like have to take a 2-hour nap. I'll be like knocked out between like the hours of like 7 to 9 o'clock, and then just reanimate and be like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing now. Yeah, and that's usually like incited by like a meal that I eat, and then like a little bit of leisure time to myself, and then I'm out, bro. Then I'm out. But yeah, nah. It combined, it's probably like 6 hours a night, or 6 hours for like a day. Yeah. So definitely not healthy, but like it is go mode right now.
Everyone has their own hours that they can operate on. Honestly, I've come to find out. I'm trying to lower my hours of sleep and trying to be more productive.
That's
you feel
fine.
me? But one
thing that's really cool about living up in Boone now, that like my sleep schedule, like I'm actually real happy about it because that big window like brings in light every single day at like 7:30. So like it's not even like an intentional oh I gotta get up. It's like the sun is waking me up.
Don't need an alarm.
I just gotta get up.
Yeah,
and that's 8 o'clock every single day.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
And I've also like been making it a little bit of a habit now. I've been trying to go see like the sunset or the sunrise like every single day.
That's tough.
Yeah, so at least try and get like one of those in. So like if I'm up at those hours, I'm like, yeah, I'll go watch the sunset. It's about a 15-minute drive down to the parkway, and then I'll go watch it. So that's like been a real cool thing to add to my routine. That's like made me happier about like my sleep schedule and just like being able to pick where it is, like where I'm at and stuff.
Yeah, that's a nice way to wake up, for real.
Yeah, the best way to wake up. Or go to sleep.
Can't sleep on the natural lighting.
Yeah.
honestly.
Oh, it's incredible. That vitamin D is essential.
Yes.
Vitamin D is
Oh,
essential.
Man, I need it.
I'm saying my mom gave me vitamin D tablets. She was
Mhm.
like, especially because like up in Boone, like that seasonal depression will hit
Yeah.
you hard. She's like, I know it's only gonna be winter there for maybe like 2 months, but she's like, take these. And so
No,
like
that's
now,
real.
yeah, she would like be calling me like she was on my head about it. Like, hey, did you take your 3 vitamin D tablets today? Like, I'm trying to make sure that you up.
Oh,
like,
that's love.
yeah, that's love. Shout out moms, man. Shout out
For
moms.
real. Yeah, when I was in Alaska, we had like 24-hour nighttime for like half the year. And so yeah, the vitamin D deficiencies was a real thing out there too.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
I really want to go like experience that like in some of those different places on like around the world where it's like your splits between like day and night aren't like the usual ones. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to talk about that like off camera.
For sure.
That's real cool.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yes, it was crazy out there. We're gonna start closing things out though. Is there anything else you want to let the listeners know where they can find your music, socials, all that?
Yeah, if you get a chance, you can definitely go check me out at Abel Maasho, Maasho, Maasho. That's 2 A's. I'm on all Spotify, Apple Music, all music platforms that you can find me at. And go check out the YouTube if you get a chance at Abe's World. So we got some cool stuff brewing up, and I'm really excited to see how the year pans out.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to have the link to all of those in the description, so keep an eye out for that. Awesome. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, though. I really appreciate you for sharing your story with us.
Likewise. Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, you already know. And I appreciate each and every single one of you listeners for tuning in. You can check out the interview I did with other local artists at wknc.org/podcast and click on Off the Record. I am DJ Whippopatomus. This is Local Industry Talks, and I was here with
Abel Maasho. What's poppin'?
On WKNC 88.1 FM HD1 Raleigh. I'm going to send y'all off with one more song by Maasho called Strange off of his latest EP, Abe's World V1. Don't forget, we are stronger together, so show each other some love. Y'all be easy.
I'm staring at the floor again. Did you miss me when I left? Oh, you didn't. Or you didn't. Cause he'll come running to your call, and you'll tell me I'm not enough. Are you finished? Are you finished? I don't know what to say or to do with my hands. Feel some type of way when you hang with my friends. Life is hella strange and I know it depends. That's so cold. You say, I don't think, I don't know, I don't care, I don't know, baby. It's a strange situation. I say, you don't think, I don't care. All I know, I'm not done loving you, baby. It's a strange situation. I gotta do it for my mental, baby. I got so many things I wanna tell you. I gotta tell you, I need to tell you.